The 5 fastest ways to become rich, according to experts. Getting rich is pretty high up on most people's list of financial hopes and aspirations. After all, it will allow you to not only have more financial security, but also have more options. And, of course, you would have the ability to spend on more of the things you want. The problem with the idea of getting rich, though, is that it takes a lot of time and effort. Get-rich-quick schemes are almost always nothing but a way to prey on those who are struggling financially. Unless you are born into a wealthy family and a large inheritance is passed to you, you will likely have to become rich through a combination of hard work and financial diligence. In reality, there are arguably no secrets to becoming rich. Time-tested approaches are generally your best bet, and our experts confirmed that. They outline some of the best ways to become rich, relatively quickly. 1. Avoid, and pay down, debt. Debt is not necessarily bad in all instances, but it is something to be avoided most of the time. For instance, student loans can be beneficial if the principal and interest rate are not excessive and they help you pursue a lucrative career. Again, the emphasis is on how you use them. Student loans can certainly be bad if the numbers don't work in your favor. There is no doubt that the system has been abused and that some students have accumulated a mountain of debt and have earned degrees that simply won't provide the earning power to pay that debt back. 2. Spend intentionally and minimize costs. If you want to become rich, it's important to minimize your costs and be more intentional with your spending. This is the second step because it should be one of the first things you do. Spending intentionally and minimizing your costs will require you to keep a budget. In doing so, you can keep track of exactly how much you spend and where you spend it. We recommend a checklist of how you will spend. Develop a prioritized checklist for how you're going to spend your paychecks when you receive them. This includes allocating money to debt reduction, savings, fun, emergencies, etc. Your goal should be to minimize costs as much as possible so you can put that money toward building wealth. Your goal should be to minimize costs as much as possible so you can put that money toward building wealth. You should ravenously find ways to limit your lifestyle costs and save 25% of your income. 3. Invest as much as possible in a diversified portfolio. While there are limits to how much you can put into a 401k or IRA, those limits are high enough that many people are not able to reach them. And if you do, you can always invest more in a taxable brokerage account. Thus, if you want to become rich, you should invest as much as you can. There is no upper limit to that amount. There are many different investment strategies, but most experts recommend putting most of your money in the stock market. Some recommend a smaller portion of real estate or even speculative investments. Burrow recommends a portfolio of 65% stocks, 25% real estate, 10% speculative asset of choice. You will want to invest that money in a tax-advantaged account such as a 401k or IRA first. That will help you minimize your tax bill and thus increase your returns over time. If you manage to max out all tax-advantaged accounts, you can move to a brokerage account. 4. Work on your career. There is no substitute for higher income. As they say, there is only so much you can cut in terms of expenses, but there is no limit to how much your income can increase, at least in theory. Ensure that as you advance in your career, business, main occupation, you always save more than you spend as you earn raises and increase your gross income, Burrow said. Lifestyle cost creep will absolutely wreck a plan to get rich as quickly as possible. Of course, increasing your income will be contingent upon the job you have. Those working hourly jobs, for example, may have minimal leverage to increase their income. But if it is possible for you to move up the corporate ladder, that can be a powerful way to become rich as you will be able to save and invest more. 5. Find extra work. The idea of a side hustle is nothing new, but if you have some extra time and you can pick up some extra work for a few hours a week, that can be a powerful way to increase your income. Gig economy work such as Uber and TaskRabbit make it easy to find flexible work. And there is no shortage of lists of types of side hustles to be found online. Finding a side hustle is sometimes easier said than done, but this can be extra money that you can continue to invest further. Immediately go try and find 2 to 3 side hustles which can boost your take-home income. Save as much of that as you can. Things to consider when saving money to build wealth and help you financially in your years. The first step to start saving money is figuring out how much you spend. Keep track of all your expenses. That means every coffee, household item and cash tip as well as regular monthly bills. Record your expenses however is easiest for you: a pencil and paper, a simple spreadsheet, or a free online spending tracker or app. Once you have your data, organize the numbers by categories, such as gas, groceries and mortgage, and total each amount. Use your credit card and bank statements to make sure you've included everything. Now that you know what you spend in a month, you can begin to create a budget. Your budget should show what your expenses are relative to your income, so that you can plan your spending and limit overspending. Be sure to factor in expenses that occur regularly, but not every month, such as car maintenance. Include a savings category in your budget and aim to save an amount that initially feels comfortable to you. Plan on eventually increasing your savings by up to 15 to 20% of your income. If you can't save as much as you'd like, it might be time to cut back on expenses. Identify non-essentials, such as entertainment and dining out, that you can spend less on. Look for ways to save on your fixed monthly expenses, such as your car insurance or cell phone plan, as well. Other ideas for trimming everyday expenses include: one of the best ways to save money is to set a goal. Start by thinking about what you might want to save for, both in the short term, 1 to 3 years, and the long term, 4 or more years. Then estimate how much money you'll need and how long it might take you to save it. After your expenses and income, your goals are likely to have the biggest impact on how you allocate your savings. For example, if you know you're going to need to replace your car in the near future, you could start putting away money for one now. But be sure to remember long-term goals. It's important that planning for retirement doesn't take a back seat to shorter-term needs. Learning how to prioritize your savings goals can give you a clear idea of how to allocate your savings. There are many savings and investment accounts suitable for short and long-term goals. And you don't have to pick just one. Look carefully at all the options and consider balance minimums, fees, interest rates, risk, and how soon you'll need the money so you can choose the mix that will help you best save for your goals. Almost all banks offer automated transfers between your checking and savings accounts. You can choose when, how much and where to transfer money, or even split your direct deposit so that a portion of every paycheck goes directly into your savings account. Review your budget and check your progress every month. That will help you not only stick to your personal savings plan, but also identify and fix problems quickly. Understanding how to save money may even inspire you to find more ways to save and hit your goals faster. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment down below for finance tips and advice.